Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm up here in beautiful Sydney. I did turn up for Jamboree, but there was one thing on the list that I had to tick off, and that was a rig rundown of one of my good mate Luke's F100. So before I ramble on anymore, let's run the video intro to show you what this car is all about. Hey Luke, how you doing, mate?
What's going on?
So, first things first, I guess a lot of people are going to be wondering is how the old F100 come into your hands?
Dad started to build it years ago. He got a bit sick, stopped building it, and it sat in his garage for 10 years or longer. And then I was hassling him about it, and he said, if you want it, go get it. So I went down and got it.
All right, so what type of motor did Dad have in there?
It was supposed to be a big block Ford, but yeah, it didn't happen. And I had to get another F100 to complete one F100, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yep.
Used two shit ones to make one decent one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't have the big block. I had nothing really. I used his diff, his like suspension setup, blah blah blah.
Yep.
And the other F100 was the full donor, like cab, chassis, blah blah blah. And then yeah, just bolted it all together from bits laying around, bits and pieces.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's come up real nice. You've spent a lot of time by the looks of it, and definitely a lot of money.
Yeah.
These things aren't cheap. So. Oh, I suppose touching on that subject of the suspension wise, we might head down the back and yeah, talk about what's going on down there, work our way forward to show you exactly what's hiding under the bonnet. All right, so we'll start down the back end of the car. There's a lot going on to obviously suit the amount of horsepower that's being pumped out of this at the moment. Yeah, what is actually going on down the back?
It's got a 4-link coilovers, Viking coilovers, I think they are. 40 spline axles, F100 9-inch diff. The tubes are a little bit thicker, so they say. I don't know how much truth's in it.
Yeah.
Centerline wheels, 15 by 15, and
yeah,
big tyres.
So how wide are the back ones?
17.5, I think. The rims are 15 by 15 square.
Yep, and it looks like we've got some nice tyres on there at the moment.
Yeah, plenty of grip going on.
Yep.
Sometimes.
So what was your main purpose of building this?
In all honesty, nothing really, like just have a bit of fun. It was supposed to, when I got it off the old man, it was supposed to be just a cruiser. And then typical my fashion, rat rod cruiser.
Yep.
Things get out of control.
Yep.
And make more and more power. And then yeah, here we are.
Yeah, one thing after the other. As probably we all know, it just snowballs, and then all of a sudden you've got something like this. So, yeah, what's you obviously drag race?
Yeah, we've drag raced it. Best of 9.5. The old, long story, but the converter we had wouldn't hold the power we started to make.
Yep.
So the mile an hour was a bit down, but 144, 9.5.
9.5,
in a rig, yeah.
Yeah. And so at 9.5, what kind of weight are we talking about that you're hurling down a quarter mile?
Oh, it's not that heavy really. It's 1780 with me in it and 100 litres of fuel. So it's not that heavy, it's just not aerodynamic.
Yeah, no. Even this paint, mate, that's come up absolute awesome. What's going on there?
Yeah, my mate Matty did it for me because it was matte black before, like, and it looked shit house, and everyone was giving me heaps about it. So I said to Matty, would you want taking it on? And he painted it. I said, oh, don't worry about the dents and that, just make it look tidy.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did. He made it look tidy for me. And
it's come up beautiful. Like, even though we've got the sun beaming on this side at the moment, it's looking really, really nice. You've done an absolute awesome job, mate.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
It was a big difference going from black to that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll upload a difference in where the black was and then compared to where it is now. Oh, so here we are inside the cab, inside the space shuttle. There's a lot going on in here, even though this dash may seem stock. What is exactly going on in here, mate?
A lot of mischief. No. Just Haltech dash, trans temp gauge, oil pressure gauge.
Yep.
Shifter, B&M, because it's Power Glide 4-inch tail shaft.
Yep.
Chromoly shaft. I'd like to thank KCDR for that, actually, in St Mary's.
Yep.
We have a Elite 2500 from Haltech. And yeah, just cage to for tech.
And we've got the old factory bench seat happening here.
Yeah, factory benchy.
No bucket seats yet.
Yep. We love the benchy. The kids love the benchy. But for racing, I think we're going to have to go Kirkies.
Yeah.
Because 880 is the goal.
Yep. Then we've got harness.
Yeah, 5-point harnesses.
Obviously needed that when you're running 9.5s.
Yeah, they don't like the original seat belts too much.
Yeah.
So we had to put harnesses in, which are they're not too bad. They take a bit of time getting used to get on quick.
Yep.
But not too bad.
And then this steering wheel looks a little bit bent. Is that just the amount of G's that this thing's pulling back, so you've bent it out of whack, or?
Would you like the backstory of the steering wheel?
I don't know if that's PG rated or.
When I was getting the cage put in, I had to take the rear window out, and I was trying to lever the rubber and push on the window, but I had me back on the steering wheel, and when I pushed back, I bent the steering wheel just a scotch.
Oh, we'll just leave it to the amount of G's this thing's
pulling. Yeah, it sounds better. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, this thing obviously looks like it's built for absolute speed. He's sort of put the comfort side to the side for the moment, but I'm sure things are definitely going to change in here.
Yeah.
All right, guys. The moment you've been waiting for. Let's head on up front to see what is actually going under the bonnet. All right, so we're up the front end. What's going on with the brakes and all of that up here?
It's been upgraded to, I believe they're a hopper stopper kit. So it's a VT caliper BA rotor.
Yep.
On a 66 spindle. It stops better than the original. Yep. Sort of gear.
Because you're going to need some stopping power. Like, as you said, what mile an hour were you doing top end of?
Did 144 mile.
Yeah, so you need some good brakes for that.
Yeah. The rear's been upgraded as well. It's got discs on the rear. I think some Commodore setup. I'm not exactly sure.
There's a holding going on here, mate.
Yeah,
what's going on?
Shame.
Yeah. All right. So we got our factory front end looking.
It's custom modified. We have broken bits.
Oh yeah, see that's custom.
Custom, yeah.
And we're hiding a nice big front mount in there.
Yeah, there's a story behind that too. I worked at a shop in Peakhurst, and it's originally off a GDR, 7-second GDR.
Ooh.
And it was sitting around the shop. It had a couple of injuries, and I asked if they were doing anything with it, and he said no, take it. So I cut it down to make it suit.
So how big's that? Like,
it's a 100mm core. I think it's 5 400 or 500 like deep, and then 600 wide, I think.
Yep.
600 or 700 wide.
Yep. All right, mate. I think the moment everyone has been waiting for. I'd kindly ask you if you can just pop the bonnet for us, mate.
It's a trick, it's empty.
It's got a Tesla motor in it.
Yeah. It's battery powered.
And I'm having way too much fun pissing y'all off. It's starting to look real rough out here for y'all. This is the beginning too. Yeah, come on, come on. I ain't going back, I ain't going back. Split 5 on McDoubles. I ain't going back, I ain't going back. When there was no rush, just rustle. I ain't going back, I ain't going back. When my pride so much left the puddle. I ain't going back, I ain't going back. When I say tapped into that hustle. I ain't going back, I ain't going back.
Oh, wow. Look at that, eh?
Yeah. She's not bad. Good size.
So, as well, you fabricated pretty much all this pipe work,
Yeah.
airbox, cooler piping,
Yep.
exhaust. What else?
Um,
Everything.
pretty much everything. I had a bit of help with the sump. There's always someone that knows more than you, so it's good to have people around that
Yep.
can help you out.
Yeah, definitely.
The cage I didn't do because I hadn't done a cage before, and I didn't want to go spend
Yeah.
thousands of dollars on tooling and then stuff it up and
Yeah.
have to redo it. So I bit the bullet and paid someone. But everything else, modified the cooler pipes, intake, dump pipe, exhaust, surge tank, catch can.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man of many talents.
Engine mounts, did everything really.
Yep. So, what are we running here? Obviously, we got the barrow.
Yeah, it's a Barrett. In all honesty, it's nothing special at all. It spool rods, H-beam rods, CP pistons,
Yep.
stock main bolts, stock mains, like main caps. It's got a girdle in it. It's got head studs, only 12 mil, which I think they're at their limit now. We lifted the head at roll racing not too long ago.
Yep.
The head's had a little bit of a port by me,
Yep.
and just to freshen up really.
Oh, that's awesome, mate. No, it's good to hear sort of someone's diving that deep into their own fabrication side of things to pull out something like this, because what's on the dyno, what's the maximum you've pulled out of this?
We have seen 1100.
How much boost?
I think it was close to 40.
Wow.
40 pound, yeah.
And that's still your stock casing bottom end.
Yeah, stock crank, stock main caps, and yeah,
Yeah, wow.
it's surviving. People say you can't do it, but it's surviving.
Yep. Even I did see some video on Instagram where you had this big NOS bottle and you were spraying inside. What was going on there?
I got a new converter for it, and the new converter is super tight.
Yep.
So we needed the gas to get it up, and for a party trick, I got my daughter in there on the trans brake, and I just said, don't let go of that button until I tell you to, pretty much. And I just sprayed gas into the turbo just to see how quick it would bring it up, really.
Yeah.
And it worked a treat.
So with your highest dyno run, was that on the gas or?
No, no gas, that was all turbo.
Yep.
I did have I had an 88 mil on it before, but it was too much. It was super laggy, it was
Yep.
just too much.
Yep. So what size have we got here now?
A G42 Aeroflow. I don't know the wheel sizes,
Yep.
but I think that's sort of at its limit as well. Like, not so much at its limit, but back pressure wise, I think we're exceeding what it should be.
Yeah, yeah. So it shouldn't be doing 1100.
No, I don't think it should.
But if you know this guy as well as I do, he pushes it to the absolute limit until it blows, and then he finds out what happens, and then he'll do it again. So
Pretty much. That's how you learn. You gotta
yeah.
continue till you break it, and then try again.
Yep, find out what that issue was, and then yeah,
Fix
start again and pull even more power out. Yeah, obviously aftermarket exhaust manifold.
Yeah, it's a Aeroflow or boosted turbo manifold, T4 flange.
Yep.
Same as their Aeroflow turbo. I do have an Atomic Performance oil pump in it, one of the cast steel ones, which works a treat, to be honest. We did have the story behind the gauge. We thought we were having oil pressure issues for a long time, and after the third time of pulling it out, we were all scratching our heads because the bearings, everything looked good.
Yep.
And none of us really knew what was going on. And Brad from Atomic suggested putting a mechanical gauge on it because he had a customer, long story, but so when I went there and we were talking, and then on the way home I went to Rocket and grabbed a mechanical gauge and took the sensor out, put the gauge on it, and now we have 90 psi as soon as I touch the throttle. So as soon as the RPM picks up, it goes straight to 90 psi.
Yep.
And does not move from 90 psi.
Ah, that's awesome.
And all the oil pressure problems was the $200 sensor.
Yep.
So from now on, every car we do gets a mechanical gauge.
Yeah, yep.
I'm not risking it again.
Ah, that's awesome. Oh, and the intake?
Oh, I think it's 3.5 inch. Cooler piping down to a factory Ford throttle body, and FG throttle body and FG intake.
Yep.
Nothing too fancy. Plazzi fuel rail, 2400cc injectors. We got a mechanical fuel pump because I didn't want to. When you start making that sort of power, you got to rely on 3 pumps, and if one fails, you don't know until it's too late and you start melting stuff.
Yep.
And I just didn't want to have any more drama, so to speak. So I just went mechanical fuel pump.
Yep.
Aeromotive fuel pressure reg. I see them on a lot of methanol cars, so I thought if it works on a methanol car, it's going to work on.
Yep.
And it does.
So you said you're chasing an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
you'd
we'll
love
retire.
to chase an 8.
Yeah.
What has to happen to this for you to chase an 8?
Ability to drive it, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think now with the new converter, I think we'll get it. We spray it with nitrous now just to get it up on the converter.
Yep.
And it seemed to, last time we were on the dyno, we were just playing with the cams, and then we did a test run with the nitrous just to see how quick it would come up. And I think it was like 4,500. It come up pretty much instantly within 2 or 3 seconds. And 4,500 RPM, we had 22 pounds of boost on the trans brake, so
yeah, right.
hopefully we should leave on the back wheels.
So now it's all just a matter of that fine tuning and
Yeah.
just wait till something happens, and then you'll find out what that is, fix that, and then yeah, all of a sudden
we're going to go down in a tyre size too.
Yep.
Because I think before with the old converter, because it wouldn't hold the power, it would like just blow through, and I thought I was running out of diff gear, but it was just the converter was shit. So I'll go back to a 28 inch tall tyre, 28 by 14 and a half I think they are.
Yep.
And we should be on the money.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, mate, I cannot thank you enough.
Anytime.
Yeah, obviously from here, I'm going to chuck up a few roll racing videos and then a few down the drag strip and show you actually what this beast is capable of. But as I said, make sure you follow the Big Rig on Instagram. Obviously you heard what the man said. He's going to keep pushing this till its limits. He's chasing an 8. So yeah, jump on his Instagram, make sure you follow. And we shall wrap it up there with a few videos. Thanks for watching.